This is the podcast to improve your English listening skills while learning something new in English. Every episode, we bring you interesting topics in simple and clear English, so you can listen, learn, and grow. So, sit back, relax, and let's get started.
All right, so today we're gonna really go back in time.
Way back.
Yeah, we're talking about the prehistory of what we now call Nusantara.
Right. Indonesia and the islands around it.
Exactly, all before the 1st century AD.
Wow.
We've got these historical summaries laying out, the different archaeological periods and trying to paint a picture of life back then.
It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, and our mission is to kind of pull out those key insights, How did early humans live there? How did they adapt to this unique environment?
And how they set the stage for, the civilizations that came later.
Right. Basically, we're trying to give our listeners a glimpse into the deep roots of this region's heritage.
It's like peeling back those layers and seeing the very foundation of a long and rich history.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. The Paleolithic period.
The Stone Age.
Right. What jumps out at you about this era from the sources we have?
It's all about movement. People were nomadic hunter-gatherers.
Always on the move.
Exactly. Always following the food sources.
Makes sense.
And their technology was pretty basic, crude stone tools.
Like what kinds of things?
Hand axes, things like that. We see examples from Sangiran in Central Java and Pacitan.
So these simple tools were like their lifeline.
Absolutely essential for survival.
So a very direct connection to the natural world then.
Yeah, very much so.
How do things change as we move into the Mesolithic?
The Middle Stone Age.
Right.
Well, we start to see signs of people settling down a bit more.
Really?
Yeah, like using caves as more permanent shelters.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's the lean caves in South Sulawesi, for example.
Okay.
But they were still hunting and gathering. That was still the primary way of life.
So not full-on farming yet?
Not yet, but something else pops up that's really cool. Early art.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. In these caves, we find hand stencils and paintings of animals like boars.
I wonder what those meant to them.
Right. It makes you think about their belief systems and how they view the world around them.
Then we get to the Neolithic, the New Stone Age.
This is a big one.
Our sources call it a revolution.
And for good reason.
Why is that?
Because this is when agriculture really takes root.
Okay, so a huge shift.
Exactly. People start farming, which means they can stay put in one place, build communities.
So that's going to have ripple effects everywhere.
Totally. We also see more refined tools being developed, like polished stone adzes.
And this is when the Austronesian people arrive, right?
That's right, coming from mainland Asia.
Bringing in their farming techniques and those amazing boats.
Those boats were game changers.
For sure. And the sources say these Austronesian people are the ancestors of many Indonesians today.
It's a powerful link to the past.
It really highlights the deep roots of the population there.
And the long history of migration and cultural exchange in the region.
All right, let's keep moving. What about the Metal Age, or the early Metal Age, I guess?
Now things are getting really interesting.
What's happening?
Well, the big story is metalworking people figure out how to work with copper bronze and then iron.
So tools and weapons are getting way more advanced.
Absolutely. And we start to see these beautiful bronze drums being made. The neck are...
I've seen pictures of those. They're incredible.
They really are. It points to specialized craftsmanship and probably some kind of trade networks developing.
And this is also when we see those megalithic traditions popping up.
Those massive stone monuments. Dolmens menhirs.
It's like their building skills are leveling up too.
Exactly. And those structures probably had social and religious significance.
So not just technological advancement, but social and cultural changes
It
too.
all goes hand in hand.
Taking a step back now, what do our sources tell us about how people lived and what they believed during these prehistoric periods?
We see the beginnings of social structures emerging, probably with some form of leadership and specialized roles.
Division of labor.
Yeah, and the main belief systems seem to be animism and dynamism.
So the spirits of nature and the power of objects.
Right, and burials become more ritualized, giving us clues about their ideas of the afterlife.
And like we talked about before, early trade networks are starting to connect communities.
Bartering and using those sea routes.
It's amazing to think about that journey from small nomadic bands to settled farmers and metal workers with trade and complex beliefs.
It's a huge sweep of change.
And it didn't stop there.
Nope.
Eh?
All of this laid the foundation for the later kingdoms that popped up.
Like Kandasela Kanagra Kutai.
Exactly. You can trace so many later developments back to these early innovations.
So we're not just talking about ancient history. This is about understanding the roots of Indonesia today.
Absolutely. These are the building blocks of their heritage.
It makes you think about the ingenuity and resilience of those early communities.
Using what they had available to adapt and thrive.
And it makes me wonder, how does their story connect to the challenges and innovations we face today?
It's a question worth pondering.
Can we learn something from their long journey about how to adapt and build a better future?
I think their story reminds us of the incredible potential humans have to overcome obstacles and build societies.
It's a powerful legacy to reflect on.
For sure.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.